Hi there guys, and welcome to another Train Sim 2018 video. Today we're on the Crouch Valley line, so I was getting all confused there. This route is available on UK Train Sim. This is Crouch Valley version 3, I think. If I'm correct, I probably am. That's a bit presumptuous of me, wasn't it? No, I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is anyway. Today... Oh, this box is already there, so let's get going. Open the doors and prepare your train for service. This service is driver only operated throughout, so you'll be operating the doors. There's a surprise for it being a DOO service. This is one of the scenarios that comes with the pack. Let's get our doors open anyway to start with, and we'll remember to close them. Let's get the DRAs. I'm going to leave it on. Let's have a test of Alan. Let's get our headlights on today. Let's have... What else do I want? That's about it. Let's get it into neutral. What I also want to do is pop back to the rear cab and just make sure my tail lights are on. Let's just check them. Yep. And we'll check my headlights. Yep. We'll get markers on and headlight. Excellent. Okay, next thing I want to do is we're going to Southminster. So that is 5549. Southminster, excellent. Destination indicator is on, excellent. Okay, let's have a little look at the timetable. And the briefing: drive a pair of GA Class 321s on a peak hour service to Southminster. Your timetable after Liverpool Street is as follows: Stratford, Wickford, Battlesbridge, Southwood and Ferris, North Fambridge, Oldthorne, Burnham and Crouch, Southminster. Your train is driver only operated throughout. So this is quite a lot of stops in this scenario. I did it on the stream the other day, and really enjoyed it. And I thought I haven't really covered enough of the Crouch Valley line, especially since I've had my new computer where it actually runs well. I will say this is an intensive route. This does need a lot of resources to keep it running, not only for downloads and prerequisites, but also your computer needs to be pretty decent to run it as well at any sort of decent frames. I mean, on my machine here, I'm still only getting 24, 20 odd-ish frames while Liverpool Street. That will improve as we get going, do not worry. Let's get those doors closed. We can knock the DRA off now because we've got the road. I'll leave the frame rate indicator up there for you anyway, so that you can see what's going on. Oh, it's not going to go unless we're at that yet. Let's get moving. Got 15 limit to part in Liverpool Street, which is always fun. And this little bit out here has actually become one of my favourite parts of Train Simulator at the minute, just because of the sort of atmosphere of it. As you're sort of snaking through. Oh, what I do need to do is put my saloon lights on before I give you any external shots out there. It's very atmospheric. If we hop out and see what's going on out here, look. If you catch the bits where you get lights, very pretty. I'm pretty sure this scenario is a UKTS one as well. I don't think it comes with the route. It might do. I've had it for ages and just haven't been able to run it, so I was pretty pleased when we got it. Also, the Coogee track in this looks awesome. This isn't like a track upgrade for the Great Eastern Main Lines or anything. This is default Coogee track, but it just really suits this route. Which I'm pleased about, very pleased about. So the first section is like the Great Eastern Main Line. It has had improvements to it over the DTG version. when I did it on the stream, there's a couple of people that know this end of the route very well and were sort of quite stunned at how detailed this end of the route is. It really does feel like you're leaving London. I'm sure it's not perfect, but it has the desired effect. What have we got? Oh, that's gone to green. I've got to be really hot on the signals on this. I think on the stream I did actually near enough spad at one point with a sneaky little red further up. But I don't think I was actually running well. I definitely wasn't running to time the last time. I'm going to try and do my best to keep to time on this one. Pretty sure that's another single yellow ahead of me now, so stick the power back on for a little bit. So yeah, I mean, I don't know how much of this is custom buildings that are in this, how much of this is stuff that's taken from other routes. But it just seems to go together very nicely. Which is a nice touch, really. Looks double again. I'm unsure if neutral sections are in place. I'm guessing that... whoa, see, it does get a little bit sketchy in places. Yeah, I was thinking we might not be that far ahead of that. Because whatever it is that's in front of me is definitely going to have stopped at Stratford. I didn't notice the line light go off there, so maybe neutral sections aren't actually as active as we'd want them to be. So yeah, I was right. Anything that is in front of me is stopped at Stratford. Nice mix of liveries you always get on the Great Eastern Main Line, didn't you? I'm unsure. I think most of it's all gone into GA now. But up until very recently, and it might even still be, I'm not 100% sure any of the one liveried stuff's still kicking about. I think most of the mainline stuff's been put into Greater Anglia. There wasn't actually that much that was put into National Express East Anglian stuff, the Nexus stuff. Well, that I can remember. It's weird, isn't it? There's some liveries that really stick in my head and others that just don't. And a lot of people hated one livery. I quite liked it. That's it going now, so looks like we are going to have to stop before we get into the platform, but it won't be long till we're back on the move again. Bit of adverse signalling never hurt anybody. As much as you guys know, I'm useless at stopping. It is sort of part of the fun, isn't it? As soon as we're north of Stratford, we should get a very decent frame increase. Once the Stratford tile's gone. And as you can see on the right there, I've still got a few milk bottles around there. I can't remember what the prerequisites are for this route. If I get some time as we travel on, I might just see if I can bring them up for you, actually. I'm going to work out what I am missing. Download search. There's plenty of scenarios and stuff out there for it. So this one is version 3. So prerequisites are as follows. Isle of Wight, London Brighton, West Coast Main Line. It doesn't say what West Coast Main Line you need, actually, just says West Coast Main Line. Edinburgh, Glasgow and Great Eastern Main Line. You'll also need the Foliage Pack from 2012, Users European and US Asset Pack. Okay. So I wonder what I'm missing there then. That was a single red when we left, wasn't it? A single yellow. Maybe it gone double. And this was made by Jim Essex, which is Jamie Edwards. So there's also an update below it. Oh, there's a patch. And this is a bit cryptic. It says this includes 3 update patches rather than one for reasons I won't go into. Now, I'm unsure if I have that in. I don't know. That's green. Excellent. It's one of the freeway routes that I always sort of forget about. And I would install the patch, but my UKTS is out, and until payday, even that £3 is necessary in my bank account. So 321's AC electric multiple units were built by Brell in York in 3 batches from 1988 to 1991. The design was successful and led to the development of the similar class 320s and 322s by use with Strathclyde PTE and Stansted Express. Now they're with Northern, actually. Respectively, the British Rail Mark III body shell was also using construction of the 456 DC locos, so that, units. So they were the DC version. At the moment, 321s are operated by Greater Anglia and Northern. There was 3 subclasses built. So there's 3 subclasses of unit were built, yeah. The first 2 were built for Network South East sector, whilst the final batch was built for services around Leeds. These trains have been modified by different rail companies who use them, such as Greater Anglia. The modifications include new seats, paintwork, lighting, passenger information systems. So there's a few different subclasses, and so yes, 321 wise there's still only 3. I remember them being brand spanking new and seeing them on the Stansted Express stuff in Cambridge when I was teeny. I remember them being really cool because they were in the white Network South East livery and they just looked stunning. I just remember them being really shiny. I must have only been about sort of 5, 6, I think. Back when you didn't know what numbers meant what and what class of train was what, and I remember just calling them the flat-fronted ones. Oh God, I didn't see that 50 approaching. I'll go 90. Maybe that actually wasn't there. Might have just been a glitch. You guys will know because you'll have watched the video and seen me miss it. I, on the other hand, don't know whether I missed it or it just wasn't there. So you guys, I'm sure, are seeing the sort of frame rates and lag spikes with tile loading and stuff. This is sort of a slight issue with the route. It's just because it's so detailed, I think. It's quite the thing. I think one of the reasons I really like this scenario is you get a good bit of driving and quite a bit of station stopping as well. So I mean, 20 odd miles, it's quite a long time just to be going from between station and station. I suppose it's quite rare to have a train which acts like an express for a bit and then turns into a stopping service. It's quite cool. What's going on there? Was this where that sneaky red caught me? No, maybe not. So the first batch of 321s were the 321/3s, and the first batch of 66 built between it's a 70 limit, which I did see and missed. 88 and 1990. There were ranges 321/301 to 366, and have a maximum speed of 100 miles per hour. Each EMU consisted of 4 carriages, 2 out-of-driving trailers, one of which contained first-class seating and an intermediate motor coach. I don't think this was it either. With standard class seating only. Roof-mounted Bretton wheels, high-speed pantograph, 4 brush traction TM 2141C motors, 2 per bogie, and an intermediate trailer with standard class seating. These EMUs were built for out-suburban trains on the Great Eastern Main Line and primary London Liverpool Street-Southminster, Victoria, Ipswich, Southminster, Clacton, Colchester and Braintree. They replaced the ageing slam door stock of Class 305s, 308s, 309s on the Clacton and Southend-on-Sea, and work services on the newly electrified Ipswich Harwich. They also displaced many Class 312 slam door units on the London Tilbury and Southend Railway. Some of the 309 Clacton Express units were retained until 1994, and 24 of the newer Class 312s were retained long-term work service on Walton-on-the-Naze. And peak services to Clacton. Ipswich and Witham units carry distinctive Network South East livery from new. 361 was named Phoenix in March 2008 Ilford Depot, and was rebuilt at the disused Colchester shed to repair damage caused by an arson attack at Southend, Victoria on the 10th, 2007. I'm just sort of holding down on my speed just until I know that's all gone green ahead of me. The first 30 of Greater Angler's 3213 stock are being refurbished as part of the Renatus project, which will modernise the stock with features such as new air conditioning, seating and Wi-Fi. So that's quite cool. There's also a spare body shell sitting, I think it's at Long Marston, for a 321 as well, or a 32 something of that era. The 321/4s, blah 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 blah, was 48 units built between 89 and 90. Number ranges 321/401 to 321/448, and again have a 100 mile an hour maximum speed. Built for out-of-suburban services in the West Coast Main Line from London, Euston, Watford, Milton Keynes, Rugby, Coventry, Birmingham, New Street. They displaced recently cascaded 317 units dating from 1981. Themselves had just been introduced to replace 310s. I think that's when they ended up on the West Anglian route, actually. 11 units were transferred for the Great Eastern Main Line services following the first class area was reduced in size to standardise with the existing 3213 fleet. This involves removal of a centre partition and double doors, and reupholstering the fabric in 2+2 tile seating. So it's pretty cool. These are the ones that in late 2010 First Capital Connect obtained and refurbished 13 321/4s from London Midland, and they were using the Great Northern franchise, and now they are also with Greater Anglia. And then you had the 3219s, which were the final batch, some jumping it from 4 to 9. And they were constructed in 1981 as an add-on to the main batches. Similar formation to the early units, except they have no first-class seating, and were ordered by West Yorkshire Passenger Transport Executive. And that was for the newly electrified Doncaster Leeds route, which was electrified as part of the East Coast Mainline upgrade. Meant that the 91s could make it up there. Due to a quirk of the units entering traffic, 5 redundant Class 307 units were introduced onto the route as a stopgap measure in 1991. These elderly units continued in service until 1993, when the Class 321 units finally entered traffic in 1994. They were joined by several Class 308 units, which were introduced on service around Leeds following electrification of the Airedale line and Wharfdale line, and they were on the routes from Leeds to Ilkley, Skipton, Bradford. They all got refurbed at Hunslet and Berkeley, Newmarket, Kilmarnock, from late 2006. The refurbishment included new livery, refurbished interiors, reliability improvements similar to the Class 322s that were also refurbed at Kilmarnock as well. It's 75 coming up, and a tight old gap in signalling sections. Got to take it a bit easy here. Yes, this is the one that caught me out because these signal sections are pretty tight. I mean, you can see the red from this yellow. I mean, that is a tight section. I mean, I don't know if it's like that in real life, but that's definitely a section that some of the container trains would definitely fill 2 blocks, wouldn't they? 2 sections, I should say. Let's get our speed back up now. That's approved for me to pass at danger. I'm still going to pull off and just wait and see, go slow and try it again. Denied. See, there we go. something else coming up the track. I think I can see ahead of me there. That was sneaky because that definitely was a green when we left there. No, it wasn't. It wasn't at all, Alan. You're a liar. It was a single yellow. So you should have known that the next section would have been red. Ah, well, we made it. What have we got coming through? A 90 set, because we're coming off here anyway. Ah, no. I don't remember how to get this once it's done that. There's a definite thing, kids. Remember to go into neutral so your DSD doesn't go off. That's us green over the points. So the future of the 321s. Northern will take delivery of their class 331 trains. They're the ones built by CAF. And there'll be a mix of 2 and 3 car between 2018 and 2020. There will be a mix of 2 to 3 car diesel multiple units and 3 and 4 car electric multiple units, all based on the Civity. Is it Civity there? I can't. Let me sort my speed out and then we'll read that. Yes, Civity UK platform. 331. Well, they're not. The diesels aren't going to be 331, are they? And the blurb about the Civity is a modular concept which can be delivered as an electric multiple unit, diesel multiple unit, diesel electric, or dual mode. This family of trains is designed for 4 different power supplies. Each unit has a motor bogie and a low floor of 860mm. Well, the UK spec one won't. I think I've seen a pre-production, not pre-production, but a production picture of one of these. Not the prettiest of things, if I remember rightly. So this is us off the Great Eastern Main on one of the Crouch Valley line now. Well, I say that with like I know. I'm guessing this is now called the Crouch Valley line. And it's nice because we get off into a bit of the countryside. Nice greenery around us. Cool little bit of the route. And we use that gradient going up there to that 30 just to slow down. Well, you can see that gradient. Jeez, look at that. Foot crossing with a trolley there like that. It's pretty. She ain't perfect, but she's pretty. Some lovely gradients on here as well. I'm really getting challenged. I'm really liking this. This is something you don't tend to get with really vast main lines, is these really rapid gradient changes and having to learn them. Recently doing the Parnuki branch, the Gunnerslake branch on the Devon rails, this bit, these sort of gradients, that route knowledge is just something else. Does that thing where it makes you want to practice them. Some green in our tracks there. Could do with a bit of the weed killer train coming through on that. You could have some real fun, couldn't you, knowing where your gradients are. Be a real fun route to drive. Knowing where your shut-off points are exactly, knowing where your braking points are exactly. It's a skill I just don't have. I'm sure I could learn it, but it'd take me ages. I think it's the attention span and sort of lack of it, I suppose. The perseverance. Let's start slowing down. So we stop at Wickford. I'm even going to put some sand on. After all that about talking about big gaps between stations and how good it is, I'm going to go overrun it. I know I am. Oh, just. Thank God for disc brakes, eh? Never expect Wickford to be sort of as big as it is. Oh, a little bit early for the signs. That's not too bad. So Wickford. Let's get my doors closed. Oh, you know what I've done. There we go. It was all going too well, wasn't it? This is us going off again. We got down there road, nice. So we've now got Battlesbridge, Southwood and Ferris, North Fambridge, Hawthorne, Barnum Crouch and Southminster, which is 16 miles away. And Battlesbridge isn't even that far, actually. So we've gone from like 4-track main line to 2-track line onto a nice little single line. There's something quite satisfying about this route. Did you notice I remembered to turn my DSD off at the last minute, back at the last station? I'm guessing being an 8-car set, I'm going to have to go pretty much to the end, or is this going to be allow for a 12-car set? Nah, looks like going right to the end. Oh, front carriages didn't quite open. That's alright. Got the back end in though, didn't we? Yeah. So we didn't have to go right to the end, we could have shuffled up a little bit. I love the signs. There's just some effort put into it. Alright, so this might... Oh no, Crouch Valley line is on there. Could have told us, but no. Nice old school sort of CRT platform on it's like that. Southwood and Ferrers. I keep wanting to see Ferris when I see that. That's weird, isn't it? So the Crouch Valley line is sometimes referred to as the Southminster branch line. There's a branch line off the Shenfield, Shenfield's Southend line in Essex. It links Wickford in the west to Southminster in the east. And the vast majority of services are connected to the Great Eastern Main Line at Shenfield. What's a pretty station? Oh, I've got a stopboard there anyway. The token. Just going to have a read with that noisy. Wait for white light and whistle before proceeding. Oh, right, it's one of those funny level crossings. Quite like that. Let's just keep out of the way of that. Oh, there's the sound. I think I discovered this actually on the stream as well. There may be a red signal on the approach to North Fambridge. If you encounter this, just press tab to pass it. Danger. Okay. Ah, doors, Alan, doors. It's like one of the first things checking if you've got internet light. Interlock, door interlock, the interlock light's on. So, Crouch Valley Line, the line is part of Network Rail Strategic Route 7 or SRS 7.5 and is classified as a London and South East commuter line. Only Wickford and South Woodham ferries have platforms long enough to accommodate 12 coach trains, while each of the other stations on the line can accommodate 8 coaches. Through services on the line are typically only formed of 4 garages, due to short terminus platforms at Wickford being able to accommodate 1 4-car unit. Line's electrode at 25 kilovolts AC and has a loading gauge of W6 and a maximum line speed of 60 mph between Battlesbridge and North Fambridge, with the rest of the line between Whitford and Battlesbridge and between North Fambridge and Southminster being 50. Lots of horde action. Lots of horde action. love the fact there's guys at like every crossing. That guy's sitting on the fence. I need to be careful because I'm easy, mate. Oh crap. Oh, it's fine. We could go past it. It's only our second emergency brake application, I think. No, it's our second compulsory one. At least I've got that bit down to a knack now. I've got the knack of that now. Got it down to a knack. Got it down to a T. So this is, I think it said, the only passing point on the route. So Route 7, I've been looking at that since it said Network Rail Route 7. And it covers from sort of Sheringham, Cromer, Yarmouth, Lowie, Felixstowe, Harwich, Walton on the Nose, Clacton on Sea, Southminster, Burnham on Crouch, Southend Victoria, Upminster and Liverpool Street. So it's all that side. And as far west as it goes is Sudbury. And I was reading, so I've overshot the platform. Which wasn't good. So yeah, the furthest west it goes seems to be Sudbury. Includes Norwich as well. Where's Ipswich? Covers sort of Ipswich, Felixstowe, Woodbridge, Melton, Sexmundham, Darsham. So yeah, Alton Broad. Nice. Oh, still meant to be doing 20. You can tell I've got distracted now, can't you? That marshy land out there, look. So what have we got next? Hawthorne, Burnham Crouch, Southminster. Never been to Southminster. Or Burnham Crouch, I think I've been through, driven through. Oh, look, so we're back to whistle boards. So the East Suffolk line is a line I'd love to see in Train Sim. I'm not sure why it hasn't quite been done yet. If you think we've got Lowestoft, we've got Ipswich, we've got the Felixstowe branch. This is some climb. We're 30 in Hawthorne as well, look. Even though you'd expect to be doing about 30 by the time you hit a station like that. This is me we're talking about, though. Got a lot of travelling to do in the summer, I reckon. Doing these sorts of little lines, I think I'm very keen to get them done. I like to be able to say I've been to these places and know what they're like. Is this another one I've got to wait for the white light to show? Looks like it. Even though the alarm's going off on that, we should be alright. Maybe they're just not as detailed as the ones on Nuki Par or somewhere like that. Wouldn't surprise me if they're the same, actually. Although the ones on Nuki Par seem to look a bit better, I won't lie. Seems like a lot of the work was on control period 4, so it says South End Southminster services. In order to allow trains to run at full length, it's necessary to lengthen the route at North Fambridge on the Southminster branch so that 12 car trains can pass. Further interventions include calling more trains at Stratford to even up loadings and spreading peak load to the shoulder peak in conjunctions with existing platform 10A. Some of the Network Rail stuff is just jargon, man. Platform 10A, which is done in control period 4, which will allow the flighting of mainline peak services over 2 tracks in a peak direction. Alright, Network Rail. pretty, isn't it? It's just me, I've never really heard of it as being like a really pretty line, like it's sort of a must or anything. Or maybe I've just missed out, but it looks... I like it. Bit some floaty trees around. It's probably whatever it is that I'm missing, or the update that fixes it, I'm not sure. I get a strange feeling I have been to Burnham on Crouch before. Not quite sure why. So I'm definitely running a little bit late on this scenario, because this is supposed to be a 70-minute scenario, and I've just hit 70 minutes now. Oh, I haven't clicked on the screen, have I? What happened there? Oh, really? Ow, really? Have you done that again? So the next one is Southminster, and that is... oh, not even 2 miles away, so yeah, we're not too late. Not for one of my videos, anyway. Really not one of my videos. So as you guys will probably know, very recently we've hit the 3,000 subscriber mark. And I would love for that just to keep growing and growing and growing. So please do make sure you do subscribe if you like the video. Do give it a thumbs up if you like it. If you don't, that's fine. If you don't like the route, that's fine. If you don't like me, then you can thumbs down it. If it's the route or the stock, then that's not really my fault, that. 15 coming in at Southminster, that's nice. It's a terminating platform, I'm not surprised. Some sidings and stuff. What's that little containery terminal, freight terminal there? That 15 limit wasn't there. Oh, I wonder what that actually is. If anybody knows what that is at Southminster, please let me know in the comments. And if it's still used, or when it was last used, that'd be lovely. It's quite an unassuming terminus station, this, isn't it? No fanfare. Just kind of is what it is. Excellent. Alright then, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. That was a pretty long run, actually. Longer than I was expecting it to take as well. If you have enjoyed the video, please do like, share and subscribe. And don't forget to head on over to the Facebook book. The Facebook book has some good stuff in it. The Facebook group has some lovely stuff in it. It's really taken off. So it'd be cool to see you all over there. Once again, guys, thank you ever so much. And I will, for some reason, it's only opened the doors at this end of the platform. I'll catch you next time.